You want to install everything to start working with JavaScript. Well, I have the things installed already and I'm going to uninstall everything and we are going to do it together. First, I'm going to uninstall Visual Studio Code. And second thing I'm going to uninstall is NVM. Well, that second thing has been uninstalled correctly and Visual Studio Code is not in my computer anymore. Now let's install it again. In the search box you are going to write code.visual studio code. Download the installer for your operating system. Just execute it. Accept the terms and conditions. And install it. Once you have Visual Studio Code in your computer, go to the extensions pane and make sure you have ESLint, ES6 code snippets and Prettier installed. ESC code snippets. Now we can close these windows. Open a new tab and write nvm-windows GitHub. Go to that link. This repository has been made by Curry Butler. Go down to the download now button. In that new page, go down again and look for the nvm setup.x file, which is the newest. Open that installer and accept. Accept the agreement and next until you have installed it. Now we can close this window and you can open the command prompt or the PowerShell. It's going to be the same. I'm going to use the PowerShell. nvm-v tells me the version. nvm, hit enter and you're going to find a list of commands you can use. nvm on enabled. If I open now a new window for going to the official website of Node, I find the most recommended version for everybody is 18.17.1, and the newest is 20.6.1, but I don't have to remember that number. I'm just going to install the latest by typing nvm install latest. Twenty point 6.1 as expected. Installed successfully. Now I have nvm 20.6.1 npm 981, and I can write node version, and it says I'm not using still node, so I have to run nvm use 20.6.1, have to accept, and now I can run again node version. As you see, it says version 20.6.1. Now I can create a new project. I'm going to close this window, and I'm going to my htdocs folder. Here I'm going to create a new project. So I'm going to write, for example, new NodeJS project. I'm going to go to this folder, and I'm going to write in the path, I'm going to write cmd. It brings me this command prompt where I'm going to write code dot. It is going to open my project with Visual Studio Code. In this place, I'm going to close this window, and I'm going to open a new terminal. So I'm going to create this package.json file by running npm init-y, npm init-y. It is going to create this package.json file. Now I have the file here, and as you see, we have some information about our project. A section for the dependencies here, but we have to install at least one, and it is going to appear. So Express is one of the most important frameworks in JavaScript, so I'm going to install it by running npm install express, and now you can see the dependency section here with Express and this version written. Just to make sense with this, let's try it. Here it says we need an index.json file. Let's create it. And we're going to open a new tab. Just let's write express hello world, and in the documentation we're going to find a code for running hello world using express. Is this code. I'm going to copy, close that window again, just paste it here, and we're going to run this code by writing node index.js. It says it's running in port 3000 like we can watch here. So if I open a new tab and go to localhost 3000, we're going to see hello world, localhost colon 3000. Okay, I'm going to close this again, and if you want to stop this, you can just type Ctrl C and it stops. Now, what I can do is in the package.json file, I'm going to write this scripts section where I can change this test to a start, and I'm going to write here the code in the terminal. So I'm going to write node index.json file, and now I can run this code just by saying npm run npm start. Just that, it's that, npm start. As you see, it's running in the 3000 port. Now I'm going to close this, and next step, we're going to install Dotenv. So let's open a new terminal. We're going to type npm install Dotenv. This tool will allow me to create a new file called .m, hence the name of the package. And this file will work to save information secret. For example, in here I have 3000, wait, here it says 3000 is the port, and I don't want it to be watched by other people, so I can write port equals 5000. You can write whatever number you want, and I'm going to change it here. So I'm going to require, let me close this. Okay, I'm going to require that document by require .env .config semicolon, and here I'm going to change this to process.env port, okay, which is the variable I just created in here. So I'm going to run this code again, and you can see it is going to be working on 5000. Okay, with npm start. Now you can see it is running on port 5000. I'm going to stop it. Okay, with Ctrl C, remember, you can stop that port. And now I'm going to create a Git repository for this project by running git init. And after that, if I create a new file called gitignore, I'm going to create that file git ignore. I can save information in this folder, in this file. I can save names of files and folders I don't want to be saved in my repository. So .env is one of those files, and as you see, it have changed the color because Git is not working with this file. And now I'm going to write node modules because this folder will have a lot of information about some packages and tools I'm going to have in my project, but I don't want that information to be saved in my repository neither. As you see, both the file and the folder have changed its color. I'm going to install a dev dependency called Prettier. I'm going to close this. I'm going to close this. I'm going to close this. And the dev dependency should appear here, but I first have to install at least one dependency. So let's install that dependency by writing npm install double hyphen save hyphen dev Prettier, and you will see this section will appear here. You see dev dependencies Prettier. Put another script for running this script for this tool. Sorry, I'm going to type format, and I'm going to save this command here called Prettier double hyphen write star.js. You can see that code here, and if I just go, for example, to this file and unorganize all this code, let's say I do this and change some of the order that is in this code, it's going to be difficult to maintain that code. But if I just come here and run npm run format, you will see all this code will retake all its order. So you can see now the code is again organized, and that's it. You can use different tools, organize your code with different frameworks, and you can start working. Have fun.